Nothing stands between me and complete power over the universe itself.
Now, where's Romana?
Turn back!
The Naimon waits for no man.
He's one of them.
I'll kill them!
Kronos is coming.
So hello and welcome YouTubers and Doctor Who fans to another Doctor Who DVD review, and today we'll be taking a look at a box set which does get a lot of different reviews of different people, and some people do think a lot, should I get it, should I avoid it? It has so many different opinions of different people, and today I'll be going through my own opinions of the story. And yeah, I gotta admit, people do struggle to get this box set or not, so I wouldn't take my word for it, because again it has so much different feedback of different people, so I'm just here to say my own thoughts and opinions on the Myths and Legends box set. Again, if you want to skip to all the different reviews on the individual stories, they're all by here, and yeah, because not everyone likes showcasing, I guess, so skip right to the review. And yeah, I have added the box sets to the filming. I don't know why I got rid of them, but they're back anyway. I don't know why I got rid of them, but let's have a look at the brilliant cover art of this set. And I do love the background of this. It sparks full of energy. And we have John Pertwee and Tom Baker by here. One story from John Pertwee's era and two from Tom Baker's era. We have Kronos, Atlantis and the Master, which are featured in the Time Monster. We have one of the minion monsters, which are from Underworld, and we have the Naimon from the Horns of Naimon. There's a bit of spark of light by there, looks brilliant as well. Again, I went through the stories, what they are. It's a 3-disc set. It is rated at 12 because one of these stories does have strong language, which was actually cutted out or bleeped out. I can't remember really, because it's been forever since I watched the story. So the legendary stories of Atlantis, Jason of the Argonauts and the Minotaur do get a Doctor Who makeover in these 3 classic 1970s adventures. So we do have to take a look at the side. Again, the side is brilliant as well. Again, still sparks full of energy. So we'll be taking a look at the first story in this set, the Time Monster. So here we have the Time Monster. Now the cover art is just, it's a bit like the actual Myths and Legends box set. It's just everything's been shifted around and a couple of things have been added in a different colour. The only thing that's different about it is just the background, which just features clouds, which I'm guessing is Atlantis in the background. We have the Kronos crystal and 2 other characters featured in the story. So here we have the side. There's a bit of orange for a cloud by there. And we have the back. And this story is written by Robert Sloman. The Master is back, assuming the Alice of Professor Fast-Scales at the Newton Research Unit at Cambridge University. He harbours his latest deadly plot to seize control of time itself. Can the Doctor and Jo thwart his terrible plan? What secrets does the mysterious trident-shaped crystal hold? Why is the ancient city of Atlantis central to the Master's plan? And what mythical terror lies at the heart of the maze? With time literally against them, the odds might be just too great for the time travellers. So the special features do feature the commentary with different characters and the producer, Barry Letts. I'll go through them in more detail in the booklet. Now and then, when Professor Jim Alcali looks at the science between the Time Monster, featuring Katie Manning and Richard Franklin, restoration comparison, and look at before and after of the comparison, Radium Times billion, production information, subtitles, photo gallery, the coming soon trailer, and digital master picture and sound quality. So the story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 20th of May to the 24th of June 1972, produced by Barry Letts and directed by Paul Bernard. All the covers for each DVD is by Clayton Hickman. It's 147 minutes approx. So here we have the innards. The only thing different is just the 2 characters down here have been removed. So these are the characters featured in the commentary. and then the special features when I've just gone over, and it is a 6-parter. My overall thoughts and opinions on the Time Monster. The Time Monster is rated the worst John Pertwee story ever, and I think it still is rated the worst John Pertwee story ever by Doctor Who magazine, the updated version, and it's disliked. I've been looking at a lot of Doctor Who Amazon reviews. It's disliked because it's too long. It's 6-parter, does not work with the story. A lot of people say it's a very dull storyline, and it's just got bad comedy in it. A lot of people say, and cool, I disagree. I really do disagree. I love the Time Monster. I found this story full of energy and full of life, and it really did engage me to watch this story all the way through, and I really love it. And yeah, don't get me wrong, it does get a lot of criticism, but this is definitely one of my guilty pleasures. They all really are underrated, and they all are rated really bad ratings, they are. And there is a couple of reasons why I like the Time Monster, because I do find the story really engaging and full of life, as I just said. It is written and directed brilliantly as well, because all the characters are on brilliant performances. The Master as sinister as ever. Joe and Katie Manning, John Pertwee and Katie Manning are on, again, brilliant performances. John Pertwee's just on fire, and the other characters as well, on great performances. Another reason why I like it is the comedy. I don't think it's dull. I think it was absolutely brilliant, the comedy elements. And I actually had a good laugh at this story. It actually is really funny, it is. It doesn't use comedy too much. It does, and it's not really a serious story itself, but I found it a story full of life, but doesn't take itself too serious. It's a really fun adventure, and I would say you may enjoy it. I don't know. It's really hard to say if you would like it or not, because it has so much different reviews on it. So, in my own opinion and my own rating, the Time Monster gets a 7 out of 10. Fantastic it is, and I love the Time Monster, I do. It's probably my 11th place in the John Pertwee era. So, Time Monster, a great story. So next we're moving on to the second story in the set, Underworld. So here we have Underworld. Again, a cover which features lots of life as well, and it really sparks full of energy. We have Tom Baker here with in the caves in the background where all the, as you know, this is known as the Blue Scream story, and with a blast of energy by here by the two characters featured in the story. And we have, I think that ship's called the R1C or something like that, with a minion monster right by there. And this is the one rated at a 12 because of that swear word which got cut out. No idea what it is, I'm not going to quote it anyway. Underworld, a nice maroon style side right by there. And the back. Now this story is written by Bob Baker and Dave Martin, and they're not said to be the best writers in the world. I think their best might be the Claws of Axos or the Three Doctors. At the very edge of the known universe, the TARDIS materializes on an ancient spacecraft, the R1C. On board, the Doctor and Leela meet Jackson and his crew, who are dodgily pursuing their mission to recover the Minion race banks from the ship which left home planet centuries earlier. Closing in the last on the P7E, Jackson risks everything to follow the trail into the heart of a newly formed planet. Can the Doctor help Jackson face his greatest challenge yet and secure the future of the Minions? So with the special features we have the commentary with the characters which I'll go through later, Into the Unknown when they look back at the complex production of, Blue Screen Effect of Underworld. And if you know, Blue Screen Effect was a big challenge back in this time, and I can see why it was a big challenge. So the Underworld and the steward are using time-coded video recorders to look back at the making of the story. Radio times billing, production information, subtitles, photographic, the coming soon trailer and digital master picture and sound quality. So this story was originally broadcast on the 7th of January to the 28th of January 1978, produced by Garen Williams and directed by Norman Stewart. It's 89 minutes approx, and again, suitable for only the persons over 12 because of that. I believe that's swear word. So there is the innards with the booklet and the disc, completely the same. and these are the characters featured in the commentary, including Bob Baker, special features, and it's a 4-parter. Now we'll get into my overall thoughts and opinions on Underworld. Again, rated one of the worst Doctor Who stories of all time and the worst Tom Baker story. Would I agree? Alright, this story is a little bit of a mess. It is a real big mess, actually, I would say. Again, the main characters, I would say, are the ones on top performances. Tom Baker and Leela, they're great in the story, but the story itself isn't convincing. The monsters known as the Minions aren't convincing as well. It tries to go for a horror approach, even though it doesn't work at all. And the biggest error of the story, again, is the blue screen. Again, I do understand it was a massive, complex thing to do back in this time, but it was pretty awful, it was. As you can see, you'll probably see Leela's foot going through rocks. It looked at all, you know, it didn't look good. You can see Tom Baker, even though he's trying to contrast with the background, but it looks like he's just fading through like different objects through the story, and it's just changing colour all the place, and it was just completely ruined, it was. And Underworld is a big mess, it is, and I didn't like this story. I would say if the story had potential, I think it would have been rated a lot higher, but it doesn't have potential, in my opinion, and it is the weakest story in this set. I would probably only rate it a 3. Not good. Probably one of my least favourite stories of all time, really. I don't like it. So next we'll be moving on to the last story, The Horns of Nimon. So here we have The Horns of Nimon. Again, brilliant cover art as well. So we have the side, just a bit of red by there, with Nimon's laser. And this story is written by Anthony Reed. I'm not sure if he's written any more stories. I'm not sure if he wrote The Twin Dilemma. No, I can't really remember. Don't think so. When the TARDIS arrives on a spacecraft en route to the planet Skonos, the Doctor, Romana and K9 soon uncover the horrific truth about its cargo. The ship is carrying young sacrifices for a powerful horned creature known as the Nimon. But why is the creature so desperate for the delivery? And what other dangers await the time travellers? All will be revealed at the centre of the power complex in Skonos. So the commentary are featured with the characters. I'll get from it in a minute. Partners in time, a special documentary with the relationship with Doctor Who and Blue Peter. Read the writer when Anthony Reed looks back at the making of the story and his opinions on the story. Peter Howell's music demos. Radio Times Berlin production information, sometimes photography, the coming soon train and digital master picture and sound quality. This story was produced on the 22nd of December 1979 to the 12th of January 1980, produced by Garen Williams and directed by Kenny McBride, which I will talk about in a minute soon in the review. And this cover, again, Clayton Hickman, and feature length is 101 minutes. So we have the innards, again exactly the same, with one disc, and the characters featured in the commentary, special features, and it's a 4-parter. Now to my thoughts and opinion. Whoa! Don't you fall on me. There you go. Now my overall thoughts and opinions on The Horns of Nimon. Alright, this story I thought would have got potential. I thought it would have been a good story, but I think it was ruined by a couple of faults this story was, and made the story go downhill a lot. Number one is the acting isn't great. It isn't. The main characters, of course, fantastic performances from Tom Baker and Laura Ward, but the other characters aren't really that good, and I wouldn't really call them actors, really. And I didn't really enjoy them. Some of the characters I thought were pretty pointless, and they had no meaning to actually be in the storyline. Actually, I don't know why they were there. Some of them, and why did they turn up? They played roles which was sort of pointless in my opinion. Why did they do it? So that's another point. Number two is the Naimon. They're not good monsters, they're not. They're not convincing monsters. And apparently, people are saying they're returning in Series 8, which I doubt is true because they are not good monsters in my opinion. And I don't know how they can improve these monsters or anything because they are not good monsters, they're not. And I don't find them convincing at all. But it's under average, I would say, so I would give this story a 4 out of 10. So yeah, 4 out of 10 goes to the Horns of Naimon. As well, I don't think it was very well directed as well from Brian McBain, I think his name is again. No, it was a very good story as well. So let's get to the overall ratings of this set. Now we're getting to the overall ratings of the Myths and Legends box set. It's not really one of the best box sets in the world, this story is. Again, Time Monster is just it was lucky it just won me over, it did. But the others didn't. They didn't win me over. They were not very good, they're not. So, I'm going to ask you this question. Are you still wanting to get the Myths and Legends box set? Because I don't really recommend it because all these stories do get criticisms and Anyway, if you do get it, don't come crying to me because this is just my own thoughts and opinions on this story. It gets so much different reviews on different people, so you just have to take a risk if you want it or not. If you're a collector, be my guest, go straight ahead and get it because you're collecting. But if you're just someone who wants to get DVDs for the ones that are good, maybe I would avoid it. I probably would avoid it because they all get hate, so it's completely your choice if you want to get this set. So thank you very much for watching the review on the Myths and Legends box set. Tell me in the comments below if you're thinking about getting the Myths and Legends box set and which story out of the set you think will be the best. They all do get different thoughts and opinions. Some people love the Time Monster, some people hate it. It's just got so many different reviews. So tell me if you're getting this set and I'll be interested as well as to see if you're getting it or not. So my next review will be Genesis of the Daleks. Definitely a bit more brighter side for a review, absolutely. So thank you very much for watching this review. So take care.